All right, KTC, well, congratulations. You made it to the end of the 2024-2025 training season, and now we are about to roll into 2025-2026. So today is the day everything flips over, so I wanted to make a quick little video here just explaining all the changes that you can expect to see in the 2025-2026 season. Hopefully get you a little bit excited about it, and there are a few things that you're going to have to do, well, starting this week with some changes in the programming, but through this month as we kind of change the program a little bit. So first of all, I made a longer video a few weeks back. Thank you so much to everyone who provided me feedback on these topics. Overwhelmingly positive, so I really appreciate that. And yes, I will make more videos this year for those of you who missed my voice. That was nobody, by the way. No, just you, Jay. Got you, bud. Anyway, the biggest change that is going to be happening this year is to the training schedule. This is our current training schedule as I presented last time. Actually, as I looked at it, there's already an error. The swim wasn't on Sunday, it was on Saturday. So we did swim, bike on Saturday, and run was on Sunday. So that did change, even though it's not indicated here. So the third swim of the week, the Sunday hour-and-a-half long course, same time, 7 to 8:30, just moved to Sunday. Still have 3 lanes, and this gives us an excellent opportunity if you want to do a swim, run, brick. We can go for a little run after, a little bit shorter because you are putting in an hour to an hour and a half in the pool. And if you wanted to get a quick 45-hour run in, maybe followed up by a, Bright Jenny coffee and treat, then we can do a little social on this Sunday as well, which I understand was going over really well on the Saturday with the group last year. So that leaves Saturday free for the bike. You can get your long bike in, sit on Zwift, or battle the elements however you like, and that will be the new weekend. So that's an error on this slide here, but just know that the Saturday swim is now on Sunday. During the week, the major change is shifting the bike that was on Wednesdays to a Tuesday and adding a bike on the Thursday. Now, the Tuesday bike will be the more structured interval workout that we were doing. Thursday will be an easier aerobic ride or Zwift event or something that's a little bit easier. You may be able to do that on your own if you want. If we get a little group forming up on those nights, then that'll be great too. So stay tuned for that. My plan is to jump on it. It'll keep me honest. And if you want to be accountable as well to jump on and do some easy riding, it's a lot easier to wrap the head around an easy ride, I think, than a hard interval workout at the end of the day. So that'll be the big change on the weekday. And then the strengths will actually shift from Tuesday, Thursdays to the Wednesday, Friday. So basically we go swim, bike, run, strength, swim, bike, run, strength during the week, with the Tuesday, Wednesday being a little higher on the intensity side of things as we come off a rest day. And then Thursday, Friday, a little more on the aerobic focus, technique focused, and then you can hopefully perform well for the longer weekends as they progress as we go. So that's the plan. The major difference in the strength workouts is I've added video workout videos. So if you've ever opened them up in the past and they just look too complicated or you're not sure what all the workouts are, you can literally now just press play, follow along with the workout, and done. So that is the change in the program. So a couple other things, lots of great feedback on doing some of the training events. So on the Sundays, I would love to do some triathlons. If you have a smart trainer, basically we do a swim, jump out of the pool, jump onto the smart trainer, and then outside or up onto the treadmills for the run. Now, if you don't have a smart trainer, we can do it as a swim run. So basically do a swim and then go for a run. Or we could just make it as a swim challenge if you just wanted to stay in the pool. So those kind of the options. And if you want to use those as little benchmarks as you go, as just ways to stay sharp in the triathlon world, and just to kind of mix it up and have some fun. I think, again, a lot of positive feedback on that. So those are the, I'll say, tentative dates for when we're going to do that, basically the last Sunday of every month. And then because we're swimming the same time with Masters, we can combine forces and do some fun stuff with them as well. So I put in the 100 by 100s. They usually have a swim challenge if you really want to work on just your endurance endurance and getting that up, and give yourself a goal to do over Christmas time, then that's a great event. Now that can be done as a relay as well, so you don't need to swim 10K. You could team up, alternate, do it however you like. That's what the Masters team does a lot. Sometimes they'll just do 50 hundredths, which is still 5K swimming. It's pretty lofty. So hopefully, again, these give you these little carrots to chase as you train through the I'll say the hardest phase of this season is the early winter, or sometimes not actually. Sometimes you're most motivated now and it's in the race season where you're like, oh, I just don't want to do this anymore. And then maybe some swim meet stuff. This was kind of lukewarm, so maybe we'll do this, maybe we won't, but it's great to get up and do some fast swimming, and you can compete with other adults that are your same ability level, and again, could just be some fun workouts to work some speed. So we will do those. Other services that I'm adding this year, whether it's attached to coaching or one-offs, if you want to do any VO2 max testing, find out your aerobic capacity, that's the best test to do that. You can do a resting metabolic rate to determine how many calories you're burning every day at rest. Submaximal blood lactate if you really want to dial in those training zones. And we can kind of do these in conjunction as well. So it's not just a one-off VO2. We can do VO2 and submaximal blood lactate. We can also add in heat and sweat rate. So have a lot more capacity to do physiological testing, not only to set training zones, but to do some benchmarking, as well as for, race, I'd say race strategy or race execution, but also training execution. How much water are you losing per workout, and how much should you be replacing, or electrolytes or calories. So really good information if you really want to dial that training a little bit more. And then the other one I've added is bike fittings. So a little bit more triathlon specific, but if you're on a road bike or a triathlon bike and you just, if you've never got a fit, best investment ever. I'm giving KTC athletes a better deal than I think you'll find at any bike shop, but you can test that out yourself. And we'll get you really just set up well on the bike. So basically figure out what your mobility is. We'll go through the cleat placement. We'll do a video bike fit, probably make a lot of different adjustments, and then go test it. And if we have to tweak it, you bring her back and we just continually tweak until you're feeling awesome. And, you can come back and do those whenever. So, addition of those. The other program changes I've been making is simplifying the swims. So you can now choose between either, I'd say 1 to 3 swims, but you can also choose no swims as well if you just want to do the bike and the run. But you can choose 1 to 3 swims. You can swim those on any schedule that you like. So if you just want to do 1 swim a week on the weekend, you can do that. If for some reason it shifts to a Tuesday or Thursday, you can do that. 2 swims, same deal. You could swim a Tuesday, Thursday. You could swim a Tuesday, Saturday. Or the biggest bang for your buck is going to be 3 swims. And I do write the program for 3 swims a week. Honestly, if you're going to make progress, 3 swims is kind of the minimum. Maybe if you're super busy and you're a beginner swimmer, you can make some progress off 2 swims. Just keep in mind you're going to miss one element. So let's say you're always doing Thursdays, Sundays. You're going to miss the hard Tuesday every week. Not to say that Sunday's not going to be hard, but anyway. 1 to 3 swims, pick your number of swims. You do need to identify whether you're swimming 6 a.m., 7 a.m., or 11:30 if you're planning on doing any of the Tuesday, Thursday swims. The 6 a.m. is the only one I really need to control numbers for to make sure we don't get too overloaded. Everything else, I think we're pretty safe. We're also going to be able to deliver multiple swim workouts this year with the addition of Martin, specifically at 6 a.m., 7 o'clock. I can run multiple workouts or individualize it for each swimmer and their ability. 11:30 I can kind of get away with as well. And 6 a.m., again, not to bring everyone back to the baseline level like we did last year, but still want to visit technique, but I still want to challenge the stronger, more developed swimmers with harder workouts and I'll say more advanced technical aspects, things like the galloping we did the other day. So expect a little bit of a split this year, which probably won't happen until Martin gets back from Worlds. So look for December, some of those workouts to start getting a little bit more focused based on different groups. Additional ride opportunities, as I mentioned on the Thursday night indoors, kind of an aerobic ride. But I was also talking with John Arkle this weekend, and hop cycling rides Thursday nights. That might be a really good opportunity to jump on with an established group that has different range of abilities, that has a social focus on the Thursday night. They go for beers. And if we're just doing an additional aerobic ride, then I think that might be a great opportunity. Encourage more people to come out of all ability levels that they have people to ride with. So I will be looking at that come the spring. And then Sunday, again, I already mentioned if you want to do a swim, run, brick, that would be wonderful. And maybe a little bit of social afterwards. Next. So pricing, this is going to be changing as of this month. Now, this is where you are going to have to do something. I can't automatically change your pricing to increase it. I can keep it the same and I can decrease it, but I can't bump it up, which means everyone is going to have to go in and re-register for or choose their program this month. And what I'm going to be doing is on your payment date, so whatever that is in the month, let's say, for example, you are getting billed on the 1st of every month, you're going to get an email very soon saying your plan has been canceled. So I will go in, cancel your current program, and you're going to have to, or I'll give you a link and you'll have to click on that link and choose what program you want to proceed with. One swim or no swim, one swim, two swim, three swim. Or I've also added in coaching bundles. So I'll talk about those in a second. So what you'll have to do is, again, click on the link, pick what program you like, how many swims per week. And then you also have the option this month, if you want to save a little bit of money, you can pay for the whole year up front. And basically the price is you pay for 10 months and you get 12 months of training. So 2 months are free. So that's one way if you want to, save a little bit of money, commit to the program for the year. You plan on doing it anyway and not have monthly automatic deductions come out. Just be done with it. Then you can do that as well. So again, that's going to be what I do throughout this month. So on your payment date, you will get an email saying, your program's been canceled, and here's a link to sign up for the new program. And if you can do that as soon as possible before your next workout, then that would be greatly appreciated. If for some reason you can't access the program, you probably have an expired annual membership. It is tied to a different credit card. If you use a different credit card at a different time, that annual membership, $50 that comes out every year for KTC that everyone's always asking me about. What is this? Why isn't it going through? You need that. So if you can't sign up for a group program or group training, then make sure, go into your account, see if you can't get into that, you definitely don't have an active membership. So sign up for the $50 annual membership again with your updated card. Some of you are in that camp, and then you can get in a group program. If you're one of those people that, no, everyone's done Try BC. Don't have to worry about that. But as a reminder, that will come up at on January 1st this year. So down at the bottom here, again, some of the one-offs. I am not doing... no longer offering TriDot. That was a great lesson learned this year. I tried something new, took a risk, didn't like it. Lesson learned. So no more TriDot offering, but everything will be through Training Peaks, and I will be doing training plans through Training Peaks. So you can do that just alone. The bike fitting one-offs and the performance testing one-offs are down here if, again, you just want to do that. The swims, no swim, one swim, two swim, three swim. Again, you can see the prices there as well for monthly and annual. And then I've also bundled in, if you are currently working with me one-on-one and you want to put everything together, that will be the option that I am offering. So all your KTC workouts, 3 swims a week. I'm not going to offer different prices for different swims. So you can come to any KTC group training workout, as well as get a personalized training plan and have me manage your training and meet with you and coach you through the process. That's $250 per month. And then if you wanted to add in metabolic testing, that's going to be $350 per month. So all your KTC workouts, all your personalized training plan, and your probably monthly some sort of metabolic testing, which also includes bike fitting as well. So killer deal. I should be charging $650, $700 a month for that type of stuff. But for you, something special. And anyone who really wants to dial this year, then you have that ability. And I would say, again, still market quite affordable. So that is the changes in pricing and how we'll proceed. Again, after this month, there will be no annual option available. I only want to do it at the beginning of the year, every year. So this is your one time to do it. If you don't do it this month, you are monthly regardless. Is that all I had on that front? I think so. Yep. So that is the major changes to the program for the upcoming year. If you have any questions or need any help in making any of these changes, please don't hesitate to reach out. And other than that, can't wait to see you back at it. And again, we're going to spend a couple months just laying a really solid foundation that you can set yourself up for success for next year. Maximize those performances, minimize those risks of injuries, and again, have your best season ever. So can't wait to get her going again. Until next time, take care.